everyone, welcome back. It's been a little while since my last video. Hope everyone had a happy Festivus and is looking forward to the new year, which is fastly approaching. What we're looking at here is my almost final, yet final, build of the paper Battlestar Berzerk. Okay, this was for a group build on the unofficial Airfix modeling forum. The reason I say it's final yet not final is because there's a little touch up I need to do in one area and something is missing in another, and I'll get to that when we get to it. I just don't have the material to do the missing parts yet, and lack of a better word, the paint's still drying in the other section. But tonight is the deadline, so I wanted to get this out the door and consider it completed, even though I still have a little touch up to do. So that's why we're here right now. The Battlestar Berzerk is from the Reimagined series from 2003. It didn't show up on screen until the Razor movie came out, which was about the Battlestar Pegasus. And then I think it also appeared briefly in Blood and Chrome. Unique little ship. Model companies have made models of ships and other things that have come out of storybooks and maybe one time in a TV series or something. So I'm not sure why they couldn't come out with this one, because it's a pretty damn cool looking ship, and I'm sure the sci-fi guys would really dig it. So but I can't think of who designed this. I found this online. It was a free download. The ship measures about 13.5 inches long. It's a very respectable size kit. I don't have a newer Battlestar built yet, but here you can see it with the original Battlestar. It's a little bit bigger, and if I was to put these side by side, I think they really, I don't know what the scale is supposed to be, but I think it looks pretty good side by side, even with the old Battlestar. This is supposed to be a support type vessel that goes along with Battlestars and provides defense to the battle group. So I guess you can consider it kind of like a destroyer type, if you want to compare it to like current Navy vessels. But anyway, it's a really cool ship. I don't know what else to say. As it was by itself, it was a really cool kit. I ended up modifying it a bit to make it a little bit more, I won't say better, but just to add a little bit more realism to it. A couple of the things that I did was, as you can see here, I added 2 cannons to the front, which were on the original model. They stick out a little differently. If I was to do this over and had some forethought, I would do it better, but that's basically what it looks like. I added the Berzerk nameplate in more of a 3D effect to it. So instead of wrapping around like it does here with the rest of the head, I printed out another copy of the head, cut the nameplate up, and then put it on at an angle to give it more of a, like I said, more of a 3D effect to it. Otherwise it wraps around underneath the head and it doesn't really look that great. One of the things that I'm waiting on is, I just did this the other night, but the end caps I had to custom make myself, and they're a little bigger than they should be. So what I had done is I glued them in place, and I actually, using some liquid cement, I coated them, and now I'm waiting for them to dry and harden, because then what I'll be able to do is they'll be hard enough that I'll be able to trim them up and make them nice and square the way they should be. So that's the one thing that makes it not finished, but pretty darn close. As you can see, as we travel down the spine of the ship, you come to the meat and potatoes of the ship, which is right here, the gun platform. And she's got all these guns mounted on top and on the bottom. Now, I stole these guns from styrene kits. Specifically, it's a parts kit for a 700 waterline kit for Japanese Navy ships, World War II. And these larger guns here, they are actually torpedo launchers for a World War II Japanese submarine. But I thought they fit the bill very well for laser cannons in this instance. And then these down here were, I don't even know what caliber they were, or make or model, whatever. But they were smaller guns, they fit the bill, and I put them in place. Now, to do this effect here, if you haven't seen the other video, is I had to actually cut into the paper and make each one of these sections, and then make a platform, and then put the guns on top of them. Also, to add to the 3D effect, again, printing out another copy of the model, I printed out these plates here. Again, it just gives it a little bit more of a 3D effect. It sticks out. Moving down the ship here, we get to the engine section. This is another part where I'm missing. What you have is, on these ships, you have these engines here, and then you usually have this ductwork that comes off, okay, that finishes off the engine. And you've got the big duct here, but on this one here on the top, there's supposed to be two smaller ducts that come off. You can actually see them here. They're printed on the paper. They're supposed to come off and go down in here. I tried about 6 times printing these out, cutting and folding them, and they're just too small for my ham-hock fingers. I just couldn't get it to work. So what I was thinking of doing to finish this off at a later date is I'm thinking solder. I'm thinking of some thicker solder, if they make it thick enough for me. I have to go look. I can cut 2 pieces, glue them to the end. I can, obviously they'd be very moldable, and put them down into here and paint them to match the rest of the ship. I think that'd finish it off pretty well. That's my plan, and I'm sticking to it. If anybody has any other thoughts, they let me know. But the stuff I have right now is too thin. But I think if I can find some thicker stuff, and I think there are, I can get that finished. But moving down here, you got the engines. You got 4 engines, 2 tops, 2 bottoms. This is the back end. Looking down. Again, it's a respectable size model. I really like it. The only problem that I found is I built all the sub-assemblies individually. And at the time, I thought everything looked grand, but then when I put it together, turns out everything, I must have cut and scored the paper at just a slight angle, where everything, when it came together, was really warped. She really is. If you were to look down here like this, you could see she's twisted and stuff like that. It's not perfect, but you know what? For what I paid for it, I'm pretty happy with it. It gets the point across. But very, very cool ship, I think. I really like it a lot. There is a resin version of this ship by, I believe it's Fine Molds, but you're looking at about $100 for that kit. So this one fits the bill for me. But anyway, that's it. That's the Battlestar Berzerk. She's completed. Oh, so we got the guns here that I added. I added some guns here underneath the head. I did a gun back here on the engine to defend the engine, and there's also one on top to defend the engines. In one of the other versions of the ship that I saw, the head up here isn't as plated, and there's all guns in here. But because this is already in place and poor planning on my part, if I thought of it ahead of time, I probably could have cut out and fabricated something, and then I could put some guns in there because I thought it looked cool as hell. But on this version, there are none. But basically, that is it. That's my Battlestar. And I really do think that when I get time and I build the Battlestar Galactica and the Pegasus, and whatever other Battlestars I build, that this will look pretty decent sitting alongside of them. It's a build I'd recommend for anybody. Well, that does paper. It takes a little bit of effort. It's not the easiest, but it's far from the most difficult either. But that's it. Battlestar Berzerk, as done for the paper model group build on the unofficial Airfix modeling forum. Hopefully I'll have something soon for you guys before the end of the year. If not, a happy new year to everybody, and I will see you soon. Be strong.